that the time you spent dedicated to the sport that you love was never, ever a waste of your time because you are a better person because of it. And we, the BOWIE baseball program, your coaches, parents, family, and friends, are better people for you being a part of this game and this program. Best of luck this season and beyond from the BOWIE baseball program.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to Burger Baseball Stadium as it's senior day here before we take on the Del Valle Cardinals. Having some audio issues, but we seem to be good. Well, I'm going to switch it over to the PA and we'll go from there.
Here, folks.
You sure?
Okay, so Cody's been a 4-year member of the program and a 2-year varsity letterman. He plans to attend a 4-year college after high school. His biggest influence for baseball has been his dad. He wants to be known for being a good teammate and playing good baseball, and his favorite baseball memory is making varsity baseball. He'd like to give a shout out to his mom because she's the real MVP. Please give a round of applause for Matt Garcia. Next up, we have Fanio Bright, number 3, center field. Fanio is escorted tonight by his dad, Larry, and his mom, Wenda. Fanio has been a 4-year member of the program and a 3-year varsity letterman. He plans to play football at Claremont McKenna in Southern California. His biggest baseball influence is his dad. He'd like to be known for being a hard worker. And his favorite baseball memory is hitting in the tying run and scoring the winning run versus Hayes in a 7-3 or a 3-0 7th inning comeback win. He'd like to give a shout out to his mom, dad, Little League coaches, and high school coaches who made him the player that he is today. Please give a round of applause for Fanio Bright. Next, we have Kobe Torres, number 4, second base. He's escorted tonight by his dad, Ray, and his mom, Debbie. Kobe is a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. He plans to enroll in the fall at Texas Tech University and dorm with a friend to further his education. His biggest baseball influence is Dusty, his big brother, who was a huge influence and inspiration for him. He played baseball for BOWIE when he was younger, and he loved watching him play on the field. He liked to be known for being a great teammate and a goofy friend. His favorite baseball memory is seeing his name on the BOWIE baseball website, letting him know that he made the team his freshman year. He'd like to give a shout out to his friends and family for always being there, especially his mom and dad who helped start his baseball career and who did so much more for him. He's forever grateful to both of his parents for raising him so well over these years to make him who he is today. Love you all.
Yay, Kobe!
Next, we have Ryan Corbett, number 5, picture outfield. He's escorted today by his mom, Michelle, and his dad, Michael. He's a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to go to college. His biggest baseball influence is his dad. He'd like to be known for being a relatable person who has built a helpful and successful business. His favorite baseball memory was being able to get the final out in the last game that the Austin Gloves played. He'd like to give a shout out to his dad for always caring about his baseball career so much despite knowing close to nothing about baseball. He'd also like to make sure his mom knows that she's the best baseball mom and that shortstop is 6 on the position chart, not 5. Shout out to his grandma for coming to every game and being so passionate for his success. And shout out to David Thomason, aka Coach DeVee, for being the best coach a young group of guys could ever have. Finding a way to make players love the game while also having fun every minute of it is something a coach should be very proud of. Finally, shout out to the New York Mets. Next, we have Peyton Purcell, number 6, outfield pitcher. He's escorted tonight by his mom, Robin, and his dad, Paul. He's a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend Texas Tech. His biggest baseball influence is his dad. He'd like to be known for someone who never settles for less. His favorite baseball memory is hitting his first home run. And a shout out to Thanio for being my day one dog. Round of applause for Peyton Purcell. Next, we have Hayden Crawford. Hayden, number 8, catcher, third base. Hayden is escorted tonight by his mom, Jennifer. Hayden is a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 2-year varsity letterman. Hayden's greatest baseball influence is Coach Leo. Hayden would like to be known for being a good person, and his favorite baseball memory is throwing 5 guys out at second in one game. He'd like to give a shout out to Leo McDaniel, his mom, dad, and Papa Joe. Please give a round of applause for Hayden Crawford. Next, we have Tyler Thomason, number 9, outfield. Tyler is escorted tonight by his mom, Stephanie, and his dad, David.
And of course, for those just joining us, welcome out to Burger Baseball Stadium as it is senior night here for your Bowie Bulldogs. Right before first pitch as they look to take on the Del Valle Cardinals.
For having his priorities straight.
And we're going to send it out back to our crowd mic.
First home run when he was 13 years old. He'd like to give a shout out to his mom and dad for always supporting him through baseball, school, and anything he does. Please give a round of applause to Tyler Thomason. Next, we have John Estrada, number 11, third base, right-handed pitcher. John is escorted tonight by his mom, Monica, and his dad, John. John is a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 3-year varsity letterman. He plans to attend college for business after high school. His biggest baseball influence has been his parents, and he likes to be known for someone that's easy to talk to. His favorite baseball memory is getting called up to varsity his freshman year for playoffs. He'd like to give a shout out to Coach Laughlin because no matter what, he always stayed to give his best and loved the sport. Please give a round of applause to John Estrada. Next, we have Sebastian Mirabal, number 12, outfield pitcher. He's escorted tonight by his mom, Elizabeth, and his dad, Brandon. Sebastian is a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend college and hopefully play college baseball. His biggest baseball influence is his dad. He'd like to be known for someone having an awesome car. His favorite baseball memory was when he was a kid, when a kid hit a home run off of him and his next at bat, I hit a home run off of him. He'd like to give a shout out to my family and close friends because they've always been there for me and have supported me along the way. Sebastian Maribal. Next, we have Cody Gray, number 16, catcher. Cody is escorted tonight by his mom, Brandy, and his dad, Norman. Cody is a 4-year member of the baseball program and a 4-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend Lynn Junior College. His biggest baseball influence was his older brother, Kyle. He'd like to be known for someone whose name lives on after he passes. His favorite baseball memory was his last game at Oak Hill when he hit a grand slam walk-off. He'd like to give a shout out to his mama because she's put up with a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Gray. Next, we have Sean McCullough, 18, second base. Sean is escorted tonight by his mom, Glenda, and his dad, Tim. Sean is a 4-year member of the BOWIE baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to become a fireman, and his biggest baseball influence is his dad. He'd like to be known for being a good person, and his favorite baseball memory was the first time he was able to put a glove on after breaking his arm his freshman year. It was the best feeling ever to be able to play again. He'd like to give a shout out to Coach Laughlin for showing me the benefits of hard work, and to Coach DeJulia and Velasquez for shaping me into the person I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean McCullough. Next, we have Dylan Godina, number 19, outfield pitcher. Dylan is escorted tonight by his mom, April, and his dad, James. He's a 4-year member of the BOWIE baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend Oklahoma State University, and his biggest baseball influence has been his dad. He'd like to be known for being authentic and being true to himself. His favorite baseball memory was hitting a home run during their state all-star tournament when he was 12 years old. We'd like to give a shout out to Ryan Corbett and Tyler Thomason for being there since day one. Please give a round of applause to Dylan Godina. Next, we have Grayson Nicchio, number 20, first base and outfield. He's escorted tonight by his mom, Stacy, and his dad, MJ. He's a 4-year member of the BOWIE baseball program and a 1-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend Texas A&M University. His biggest baseball influence has been his dad. He'd like to be known for someone that helps people, and his favorite baseball memory was during one of the games over the summer. There was a lot of rain and lightning, so they had a delay. While they were waiting for their game to start again, they had a chicken fight against the other team at home plate, and him and Seabass went up against 2 of the other team's players, and they won, even though the game ended up being canceled. Ladies and gentlemen, Grayson Nicchio. And his shout out to his parents because they helped take him to and from practices and games. Next, we have Jonathan Easton, number 22, pitcher, outfield. He's escorted tonight by his mom, Emily, and his dad, Matt. He's a 4-year member of the BOWIE baseball program and a 3-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend university. His biggest baseball influence has been his dad. He likes to be known for being a good teammate and someone people can count on. His favorite baseball memory was the Hayes baseball game his junior year. And he'd like to give a shout out to everyone who has supported him and made him the person he is today. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Easton. And last but not least, we have Walter Bowden IV, number 23, pitcher. He's escorted tonight by his mom, Corey, and his dad, Walter. He's a four-year member of the BOWIE baseball program and a 2-year varsity letterman. After high school, he plans to attend a 4-year university where he plans on majoring in business. His biggest baseball influence has been his dad. He likes to be known for someone being a welcoming and positive presence on and off the field. His biggest baseball moment was when he hit his first home run, and it was a walk-off to send my team to state. He'd like to give a shout-out to his mom and little brother, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. And for always being supportive and cheering me on at games. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Bowden IV. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for our class of seniors 2021. Seniors, if you can come back out to home plate for a group photo.
There you have it, folks. Senior day here at the Burger Baseball Stadium. Little sound difficulty here starting out, but even the best of us have had it. So our seniors are going to make their way out to the field, take a quick photo, and make their way to finish getting warmed up. Remember, folks, first pitch scheduled for 5 o'clock as your Bulldogs are going to take on the Del Valle Cardinals in game number 2 of this matchup here in District 26-6A. As soon as we're done here, folks, we're going to leave the camera, leave the crowd mic on, let you enjoy just the sounds as we wait for first pitch. Stay tuned, and I'll be back shortly.
Hey, you have the keys, kiddo? 1, 2. If we can get a copy of the lineup up to the press box from both teams, copy of the lineup, please.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at VyPE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13. Not yet. Another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds. Philly pulls up the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For those who have been tuning in, and we're going to cut that really quick because that was super, actually we'll just lower it. It's super loud. We got our PA system finally working here at Burger Stadium for our senior night just in time as that started out. And of course we are rolling hot as we bring you game number 2 between your Bowie Bulldogs and the Del Valle Cardinals. AJ Revel here, and I have Miss Laura Starkey, who decided to skip class apparently to finally show up and grace us with her presence. Miss Laura, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing outstanding, and I am excited. I know you are, as we've got. I mean, after game 1 against these two, where the Bulldogs came out on top 8-0. It was a heck of a game, and Johnny Easton, man, he was out there. He threw 16 strikeouts, which is just awesome.
Amazing, honestly.
It truly is. And tonight, though, we've got number 13, Patrick Callipy, here to start out pitching for your Bulldogs. And I know we had a 5 o'clock start time. It's a little bit earlier, so we're just going to roll with the punches as we are underway. As Diego Sandoval, the pitcher for the Del Valle Cardinals, is going to be up to the plate first, as that one's a high, a little bit outside for ball 1. And the wind has picked up ever so slightly as Callipy with a heater right down the middle for strike 1. Callipy with the 1-1. That one's going to be high and outside. Trying to get Sandoval to reach out. No luck, though. Count goes 2-1. So up on the mound, you've got Patrick Callipy. Down on the plate, catcher is Cody Gray for your Bulldogs. As that 2-1 pitch does get a little bit too low, count goes 3-1. Over at first, you've got Donnie Rodriguez. Danny or Donnie? Danny. Why did my rosters say Donnie? As that one gets smacked over towards second, and getting his big paw up there is Sean McCullough for out number 1. Adon Howard, center fielder for the Cardinals, is going to be up to the mound next, as you hear all of my paperwork flying in the wind. Adon went 0 for 3 yesterday against Easton, as that one gets chopped down the third baseline foul, as he struck out twice and then grounded out straight to Easton back in the first of, did I say yesterday's game?
Yes, you did.
I keep saying yesterday's game. It is.
I mean, it felt like yesterday, kind of.
It did feel like yesterday, but it wasn't. It was, what, Tuesday?
Yes.
It was Tuesday, as Howard takes a big rip at that one and doesn't quite make contact. Count goes 0-2. So Callipy looking to continue the trend here against Howard and the Cardinals, as we get set for the 0-2 pitch here to Howard. The swing, and that one's going to call it third strike. Oh, no, they're going to say it was a drop third, and there's a throw out. So Howard will go down swinging. Out number 2. Joshua Lopez, first baseman, batting third here for the Cardinals. So over at first, we got Danny Rodriguez. Sean McCullough over at second. John Estrada over at third, as always. Grayson Winters, as always, as well at short. As that one can't quite get the drop he needs, it's going to get called for ball 1. Ben Merriman at left field. Center field is Stanio Bright, and Tyler Thomason over at right field. Is that one gets swung on, a chop foul right behind us, and Ooh, it was a had to move some people to move out of the way there. That's going to go for strike one. That one gets hit down the third baseline again. It's going to go foul though. Estrada took a quick look at it, decided he wasn't going to try it. Goes 1-2. So Johnny Easton pitches a full game here against the Cardinals on Tuesday. All 7 innings. He ends up racking up, per my notes, 16 strikeouts as Lopez doesn't quite bite on that one. Count goes even 2-2. 2 walks, no runs, no errors, and 1 hit. And I had a nice talk on the hit as Lopez takes a big swing at that one. And the order goes down 1-2-3 for Callipy for the Cardinals. So I had a talk with Johnny's parents there about that potential no-hitter he almost had, and I saw his dad and I went, almost, and he goes, oh, I know, it was almost there, almost had it, and he joked around. He goes, "Oh, it's Coach Tejelia's fault because he went out there right before that third batter and was like, he's your last batter, don't worry about it." And trying to get him, a little calmed down. And but Easton having an excellent game on Tuesday pitching, and that's one thing that I have been impressed. And for those who don't know, I am your normal Bowie baseball guy, but I have a few of the private schools around the area that I call baseball for as well. And then I'll cover the occasional, game here and there for anyone else. But he's one of the better pitchers that I've observed and had the pleasure of watching play. So, bottom of the first here, almost underway for the Bulldogs. First up, we're going to have Fanny O'Bright to lead off. Grayson Winters will be right behind him. Brody Miller will be your designated hitter. He's going to be hitting for Callipy. He'll be batting third. Ben Merriman batting cleanup. John Estrada right behind him. Danny Rodriguez batting sixth. Sean McCullough 7th. Tyler Thomason 8th. And Cody Gray rounding out the order at 9th. Defensively for the Cardinals. And up on the mound, you have number 2, Diego Sandoval. Armando Navarro catching, just like we saw him on Tuesday. And he actually had a really nice arm as he did a couple throwdowns to second that were spot on.
On the money.
Really on the money, so he'll be someone we have to watch. Joshua Lopez over at first base. Jacob Lopez at second. Roberto Velasquez, who was actually the pitcher on Tuesday, he'll be over at third base. Shortstop. Let me pull up the shortstop. I apologize, I didn't write it down because it's Christian Mendoza. Left field is going to be Pedro Gutierrez. Center field is Adon Howard. And right field is Ben Rodriguez. And that's the Cardinal defense. This wind is absolutely killer. Mm-hmm. So up to the plate comes Stanley O'Bright. As he smacks one towards short, Mendoza is able to get it to throw to first in time. And Stanley O'Bright goes down on a grounder to short for out number 1. So up next on the plate is number 7, Grayson Winters. Winters went 1 for 3 on Tuesday as he watches the first one go by for ball 1. Winters, one of the 10 hits that the Cardinals gave up yesterday, as he was able to single back in the third. Other than that, he struck out both times he was out onto the plate as that one goes by for ball 2. And that wind is just in my face. It's like it knows we're here.
Oh,
it's
I know.
Like, we're just going to blow it right into your mic so everybody realizes. And you can see the flag in the camera view, and it's not, too crazy, but it swirls as that one looked pretty nice. And You see Sandoval signal, was it too high? And our ump says, yes, it was, for ball 3. Winters ahead in the count now, 3-0. As that one gets called for strike 1.
Did that go through his glove? It looked like it did.
It looked like it went through his glove, but I don't see a hole, so I think maybe it hit his glove and he didn't close on it in time, and it just kind of rolled out the edge. Either way, though, Winters was just taking that one.
Yeah, he was like, nah.
Let's burn a couple pitches here for Sandoval. Is that one another heater right down the middle? Oh, no, that's going to be a ball. I thought that looked like a strike to me.
I don't know. It looked a little high.
It looked a little high to the outside, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Just a little bit there.
Not by much, though.
Not by much, but here comes Brody Miller. He's actually the DH. Remember, he's batting for Patrick Callipy, who's on the mound as he continues just to get warm. Brody Miller did see some action yesterday, I believe, didn't he? He did. He was batting third. Played the full game, and he actually he was 1 for 3 with 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 1 flyout. And then he was walked back in the first, so we don't count those. As a quick throw back to first, almost.
Ooh, that was
almost
a close
getting
one.
Winters sleeping. Yes, it was. As that was a little scary. As finally the first one is just a fastball outside. Intentional ball there as they're trying to get Winters and trying to get him in the steal. No go though. There's another throw over to first, trying to get Winters, not in time. Winters takes a crack at that one and knocks it foul. So counts even at 1-1. Sandoval still keeping an eye at Winters over there. Again, another intentional ball. Outside throw there is Navarro, as soon as the linebacker jumped out of his stance and was there to catch it on the left side. They're waiting for Winters to take off, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got some wheels on him. He's one of the faster guys on the team.
And we saw some of that speed last night. I'm going to keep saying that the whole game. We saw some of that speed on Tuesday. And we should take a poll, see when he's going to take off. There's another throw over to first as they're really, really trying to keep Winters at bay. Sandoval, you see him still eyeing Winters there as the throw. Swung on, it was going to be high towards left, and they're going to go for it. I don't think it's going to hit the fence, though. Nope, it does. And that's going to go foul. Count goes even at 2-2. As I still have to get all of my fun stuff. So, I was going to do the senior day announcements earlier. And they didn't let me.
I was supposed to do it, but I was like, I have a test. And I had to say no.
Excuses.
Oh my gosh.
A test.
Yes.
That one is thrown for ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. For what class?
AP Literature. My AP classes are killing me.
Yep, AP Literature will do that to you.
Yeah, do you miss reading Shakespeare?
Not at all. But I quote it every day as that one's outside for ball 4, and Miller gets walked just like Winters, and Runners at first and second now. As cleanup man Ben Merriman is going to make his way out to the plate. He's batting fourth, and he had a pretty decent day yesterday. It's going to be all day. It's going to be just know, folks, when I say yesterday, I mean Tuesday. But he had a good showing as he went 1 for 2. 1 for 3 with a double. A really nice RBI, two RBI double that he back in the fourth to pad that lead that ended up being an 8-0 win here for the Bulldogs. As Sandoval's going to step off, and Chick Winters over at second now. So again, no worry with it's all just Winters he's worried about now. Now, one thing that's scares me when I see pitchers like Sandoval is if you watch his step. And now he doesn't do it, as that one gets called for strike one, because he's trying to get everything across quick. But when nobody was on base, he stepped and he put his foot down.
Then he stopped for a split second.
Well, he puts his foot down, and if it touches the ground, if I remember right, it's a balk. Mm-hmm. See, he did it there just a little bit there. As that one gets called for ball one, counts even at 1-1. And so you're in danger of ball. And again, that's just, I'm sure he does this, 100 times a day with ease. But it's always like, wait a second, is he touching the ground? What's happening there? And Sandoval eyes Winters over, and Winters with a big lead. He's already halfway down, and that one gets called for strike two. So only one out here, bottom of the first, excuse me. And there's that step off again for Sandoval, and Winters is getting a huge lead over there. Huge.
Well, he knows that Ben can hit the crap out of the ball.
And he can, and hence that double he hit yesterday, right? Tuesday. Look at that Winters. Look at that huge, already halfway there. There's a big hit. It's going to get popped up. It's going to go behind us, though, I think, as Navarro's going to look at it. And yep, it's going to land behind us, and it'll bounce over to the COVID lineup crowd back in the parking lot.
I will say the only perk of the COVID parking lot being in the back is that your car most likely won't get hit by a foul ball because you're having to park on the first base line.
Exactly. Your chances are severely diminished. And speaking of, for those who are ever going to come out for a game here at Burger Baseball, be sure to park in the parking lot down the first base line, not in the football home side parking lot, or I guess it's visitors, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure it's visitors. Sandoval. Merriman gets a little piece of it. A little bouncer towards short. There's force out over at second, and Merriman will reach on a fielder's choice. Miller will get thrown out, forced out over at second, and Winters will hang out over at third. So John Estrada now, number 11, third baseman's up next. Estrada, one of our senior day participants, which hopefully I'll get a chance to do some senior shout outs here today, just in honor of senior day. Estrada had a very good game as he went 2 for 3. He was responsible for 2 of the runs that came across. But then a nice blemish on his record in the third as he struck out looking. As that one is high and fast for ball one. So runners on the ends. 2 outs. John Estrada at the plate. Sandoval looking to get out with no damage as now we got a rundown as Merriman thought he was going to make it. Oh, look at that. Put the brakes. Oh, in a dodge. Oh, they're going to say he tagged him. They're going to say he tagged him on that, and Merriman is going to get caught stealing for out number 3, and Diego Sandoval gets out of the first unscathed. As 1 runner's left on, 1 hit, and just 2 walks. Let's Let's take a short break, yeah? Sound good?
Yeah.
So we'll take a short break, folks. We'll be back for the second inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Valle 0, BOWIE.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back.
What I want, you got and my
Okay, now I'm confused. Who came? So did Winters come across? Yeah, yep. I take that back. Winters. So because it was a throwdown, he came across and, in a sense, stole home base. So Bulldogs with a 1-0 lead. So I take back the unscathed as Sandoval goes down with 1 run given up as Armando Navarro is out on the plate. Watches that one go by for ball 1. Totally missed that one. Mm-hmm. Like I saw Winters take off.
I missed it too.
Yep, as that one is high, a little outside. Kind of goes 2-0. Callipy with the windup. That one still doesn't catch the strike box he's looking for. Counts 3-0 now as Navarro's ahead, and we'll see if he sits back and watches a couple fastballs down the middle come by him and burn some pitches. As he does. Counts 3-1 as that was strike 1. Navarro, that was a little high, wasn't it, to our umpire catcher, so he wants it everything called the same as that one gets swung on and chopped behind for strike 2. Count goes full 3-2. That's where you're, as the catcher, you come up, and it's just like, hey, that was high. No, well, I'm here. I'm here.
You're like, I know the strike zone.
I know it, so, let's, yeah. As Navarro waits the 3-2 pitch. As that one was way too high. And Navarro gets walked to lead off here in the second. For the Cardinals, Jacob Lopez now is going to make his way out, second baseman. And as he does, I am a little bit behind, so we'll bring up one of our sponsors. Of course, Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. It's Academy Sports and Outdoors, our Vype Spring Sports sponsor. As that one is low and inside for ball 1. That one's going to hit and get called for strike 1. This count goes even for Lopez, 1-1. Callipy's last showing was Game 2 against the Austin High Maroons, where he pitched 4 1/3. As Navarro is going to take off, and no throwdown attempt made there by Cody Gray. And Navarro's now in scoring position with the steal. That pitch was called a ball, so counts 2-1 now here for Jacob Lopez. Callipy, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 hits, and 3 runs, along with 1 error, as Gray's going to call quick time, and he'll talk to Callipy and trot his way back. Lopez on Tuesday, Jake Lopez, not much luck as he went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, all 3 of them, so the hat trick as he goes for the bunt, gets pulled back. Navarro taken off, and Grayson Winters showing that he can run some track and do some hurdles, as he had to jump in the air to catch that one.
Yeah, Mason's got some hops.
Yes, he does. That was impressive, and he was able to glove it, as that one almost got away, and they were almost able to get Navarro trying to steal. Callipy checking him down. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, and that gets away from Gray. Navarro's going to make his way to third. Navarro's going to push it. Oh no, he'll get the brakes put on there at third, and he'll advance to third on the wild pitch. Counts full now here for Jacob Lopez at 3-2. As another quick time is called, and Vasquez makes his way out to the mound, and as does the whole infield, as the majority of the fans around us to our right, immediate right, are Cardinal fans, so you'll hear a lot of the heckling in our crowd mic, which is always fun. So at times like this, I always wonder, what is Coach telling him up there at the mound as he makes his way?
You know, I think it's probably something along the lines of, calm down, it's one run. If the run scores, it's a 0-0 game. Don't worry about it. Focus on the batter.
It's all even. Although my coaches used to come up and say, "Hey, you know we're trying to throw strikes here, right?"
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you cracked a joke in there too.
He comes up and says, I know you're not the worst pitcher. Here's a 3-2. That one's going to be high, and it gets away from Gray. Callipy trying to make it to home, and unfortunately, Cody Gray couldn't get to it in time. So Navarro makes it in on the wild pitch. Lopez gets walked over to first. And it's a tie game now, 1-1. So one of my coaches, and I've used this line before when I would coach baseball, is I'd come up and say, well, you're better than this. You're not the worst pitcher out there. Just hope that the worst doesn't quit. Because then that makes you the worst. As this one is throw a little outside. There's a throw down to first, and now they've got Lopez in a rundown. As no one's at second. Where's the throw? There it is. Estrada comes over and unable to make the tag. Estrada looked like he got there in time, but apparently he didn't. As Lopez gets out of the rundown and makes his way to second. One thing that I do find rather amusing is Pedro Gutierrez, by the way, is at the plate with the 1-0 count. Lopez over at second. Is Callipy's pitch. Again, shown bunt. Not able to make contact for strike one. Is how chippy and vocal the crowd gets, especially after Tuesday's game.
Yes. I mean, I was expecting today to be way more competitive than it was on Tuesday.
Well, and I expected Tuesday to be very competitive, and especially being a home game for Del Valle. And it wasn't as much as it is today. This seems a lot more competitive as Callipy steps off and checks on Lopez over at second. But Callipy in a bit of a bind here as he's got the run over at second in scoring position as that one gets thrown and called for ball two. And this umpire we got is not very animated, so it's hard for me to tell what he's calling every so often as Rodriguez comes over and tells Callipy if he doesn't get this guy, they're not going to go get hamburgers afterwards. So he better fix it. Callipy gets set for the 2-1. That one's going to be fast and outside.
Yeah, Denny's like, hey, I want bushes after this. Like, can we get it going, please?
Yeah, let's speed this up and get these guys down. But not looking like it's going to happen right now as Callipy, like you said, kind of struggling a little bit here in the second. He's down 3-1 in the count. One run's already come across, and another scoring run's over at second. As that one gets chopped foul, another heater down the middle. And usually that one's watched. Gutierrez is not going to do it that time. He takes a big swing and gets the call from third base coach. Makes his way back up to the box. Callipy doing a quick check over at Lopez. He's going to step off. There's a big hit towards center field. And able to get underneath it and catch it is Bright. Unfortunately, Lopez didn't pay attention to that one as he gets tagged up at second for out number 2. So it's not always the pitcher, as defensively the Bulldogs help out Callipy a little bit and get him out of that dangerous bind, and it's no runners on now, 2 outs. And David Matheson, designated hitter, is out to the plate now here for the Cardinals, as that first one isn't in the box where the umpire wants it. Gets called for ball 1. Callipy, as Matheson takes a good crack at that one, it gets launched, fouled down the right side. Counts even at 1-1. There's a big hit towards left field. Merriman getting underneath it. Winders right behind him to help it. Able to bring it in with ease for out number 3. Not before 1 run comes across those. Navarro was able to make his way all the way out to home, but Callipy gets out of the inning, still giving up no hits. So pretty impressive. But we are tied up at 1 now here as the bottom of the second is about to be underway. As we do, we'll give a shout out to Big Tuna Interactive, specializes in Drupal website development and site optimizations. Reach out today and see how Big Tuna Interactive can help make your online marketing programs more viable and help you achieve your goals in 2021. That's BigTunaInteractive.com. This down now, it's crazy. Right?
Just to keep track. No, I get it.
I got yelled at. You're doing the reads, but where's my tracking, AJ? What's going on? So John Estrada is set to lead off after the interesting end of the first inning here for the Bulldogs. Where Estrada saw 1 pitch thrown for a ball, and then that was pretty much all she wrote. As Merriman got thrown out in the rundown between first and second. So Estrada's due to lead off, followed by Danny Rodriguez, and Sean McCullough will be batting third here at the bottom of the second. As that one, a nice curve back inside by Sandoval, goes for strike 1. That one gets chipped and goes off the face mask there of Navarro.
Ouch, that looked like it hurt.
That does, and even though he's got a mask on, folks, that hurts, and that is not fun, whether you're the catcher or the umpire there. So counts 0-2 now for Estrada as he's down, and coach for the Cardinals is going to come out and check on his catcher, make sure he's okay, as does Estrada. Estrada gives him a fist bump and says, "Hey man, if you want some tissues, I got some for you." It's okay. These guys are tough. These, like I said, taking that one, especially a fastball like that gets chopped at you, that is not fun at all. That's why you wear all the gear, right?
Yeah. It's okay. A little bruise won't hurt you.
Yeah, nah. So 0-2 now for Estrada. Sandoval looking to start the second. Bottom of the second off right, as there's that wicked step. Man, every time I see it, I'm ready to call it. It's like, yeah, right, maybe not. That one gets called for ball 1. I don't know if you folks can see it in the camera. I'm assuming they can, but you'll see here, he'll pick his leg up and then down it goes. See it right there. But he hovers it.
But sometimes it looks like it's touching the ground. It really does.
It does, but if you notice, as soon as he brings it down, it hovers, and then he throws. And for me, I always felt that you'd lose some power behind your pitch when you do that. But as you can see, Sandoval, though, is throwing some heat. And it's unaffected, but still, it's always interesting to see it. That one's a nice curve inside. Doesn't quite get where he's looking, though. Estrada working his way back, counts even 2-2. Yes, there's another one, shot foul. Count stays even at 2-2 for Estrada. And he's in a base protect mode right now, isn't he?
Yes.
So he's going to swing at anything that may come across, as that one was a little to the outside. See if he does that little slider on the inside like he was doing earlier. And he does, and he catches it as Estrada goes down looking for out number 1. Or I say slider, curve, whatever. The one that's way inside and then moves 3 feet back inside to hit the strike zone.
That was a tough pitch to let go by, in my opinion.
Well, not just to let it go, I mean, but it's also tough to hit. That one looks like it's coming right at him, and it just kind of really nice and inside. So Denny Rodriguez now up to the plate as he takes a big rip at that one. No contact made. Count goes 0-1. Sandoval, that one's going to be in the dirt, in the box on the right side. Goes past Navarro.
Just a bit outside. Just a little bit.
No, you gotta extenuate the just a bit outside. It's a famous baseball movie. Maybe one day you'll see it.
I've seen a lot of baseball movies, so which one is it from?
Well, we should make it like a trivia thing. Is that one curves back outside for strike 2? You don't know that one? Just a bit outside. The Cleveland Indians?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, what'd they call him? Wild Thing. Wild Thing. Oh, man, jeez. I'm old. Counts 1-2 here for Rodriguez. Let's get back to baseball because this isn't fun. There it is. Rodriguez takes a swing at that one. Count stays 1-2 as it goes foul. By the way, folks, for those listening, if you want to give a shout out to anyone, we've got a nice email set up that I was allowed to make finally. So feel free to email with any questions, comments, anyone you want to say hi to, who you're listening for, where you're listening from. The email address is going to be AJA. See, my name's AJ, so nice and easy, right? AJA.Vype@gmail. And Vype is just what you're looking at your screen, VYPE@gmail.com. So I'll be checking it periodically here throughout the broadcast, as that one is low and outside. Counts even at 2-2. So AJA.Vype@gmail, and I'll be happy to answer any question you may have. If not, I'm sure Laura will have the answer. And,
Hopefully.
She gets 3 strikes and then she's out of here. So make them good. Or, like I said, let us know who you're listening for. That one's chopped down the third baseline. It is going to roll foul. Count stays even at 2-2. We'll be happy to announce it for you. I know we've got quite a few listeners out there. We've been getting some wonderful info of who's listening, and I just hope everybody got a chance to tune in for senior night, though, because that was really nice to see and nice to hear, and flowers for moms everywhere, and families out on the right in front of home plate taking a nice photo. And unfortunately, I couldn't get our normal Game 2 interview with Coach Nigelia.
Yeah.
So, I talked to him real quick when I got the line. I said, hey, I'm going to come get you next week because we've got a couple tough games next week, which we'll talk about here after this one. Nope, we'll talk about it now as Rodriguez steps off really quick. Or we got to play Westlake. So it should be
It's going to be a tough couple games.
It will, as that one. Look at that. Rodriguez, a big rip. It is going to go foul, but a nice hit. If that would have stayed in just a couple feet, that would have been a nice double, if not more. So count still 2-2, and Sandoval burning some pitches now here for the Cardinals. And it's only the second inning. Rodriguez, even if you get out in this situation, if you're Rodriguez, you did your job at the plate.
Yeah.
And
really working the pitch count.
Really, that's what you really want. And, you know, there's all types of strategies that you have here at this level of baseball. And in all baseball, as that one gets hit, it's going to be high towards left field. And it's going to go a little too far over the fence. So count stays 2-2. But, you know, work that pitch count. Get it up there, get it going. You saw Easton last night, who almost had his no-hitter. when he
So
faced
close.
so close. The very last out of the 7th inning, he had 93 pitches. So he was doing excellent as far as with his pitch count and everything, and almost had that no-hitter. I'm sure it'll come around in the future as that's going to be a drop strike. Navarro trying to find it and trying to leg it. He does. It's dropped at first base. Rodriguez will reach on an error. And the Bulldogs are back in business. So how about that? Working the pitch count, a drop strikeout, and you're able to leg out before the throw makes it.
I don't know about you, but I thought that throw was going to hit him square in the back.
I thought so too. And I'm surprised that I don't even have a number 7 on here. Oh, I do. Josh Lopez is over at first for the Cardinals. He almost had it. Look, he had it in his glove, and it just took a wicked bounce right as it hit in front of it. So we'll mark that as an E3, as that one is high and inside for Sean McCullough for ball 1. So second baseman Sean McCullough now up at the plate. He did see some action last night as he was batting for, I think he was batting for your brother, wasn't he? And he flew out a couple times, and that was about it. Or actually, I think he came in once for your brother, and then that was about it. I think he flew out when he did.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I didn't,
off the top of my head.
because I remember your brother got pegged a couple times because he's a baseball magnet. So
yeah.
there's a quick throw over to first, not in time as they're trying to get Rodriguez. Count stays 2-0 here for McCullough. As this is kind of starting to be a long second inning. There's one just straight down the middle by Sandoval. Gets called for strike 1. McCullough waiting for the 2-1 pitch from Sandoval. He's going to go ahead and throw it over to first anyway. Rodriguez, not that big of a lead over there at first, so he's able to get back with ease. And of course, you got a slider. That's all about how you get back. It's not the fact that he got back. It's how you get back. As that one is going to be a little too low and outside. Count goes 3-1.
You know, Danny's just got to show everybody that he can do multiple things. He's like, yeah, I can slide. Of course I can.
Yeah.
I know I'm tall, but I can still do it.
Put me in there. I'll be all right. As it's 3-1 now, and there's another throw back over to first, and Lopez able to bring that in. Rodriguez gets in there with ease. I did have someone ask me once, what exactly are the coaches doing when they're poking their nose and swiping their chest and claps? And I said, in all reality, that's not even the coach giving the calls. McCullough takes a big swing at that one. Count goes full 3-2. It's not even that coach. The coach is just there just being goofy. It's actually the coach behind him.
Yeah.
That's actually giving the true calls. So it's always interesting when you get to see all that, because you see it on TV and movies and people who aren't as familiar with baseball. As that one is low and outside. McCullough is going to walk his way over to first. Rodriguez will do the same as he walks on over to second. And out comes Tyler Thomason, right fielder. We got to see him last night as well, as he came in the 6th for Ben Merriman. He actually singled. He made his way over to second. He almost drew the count full, drew to 3-1 as a quick time is called. And unlike with Callipy, I don't hear the crowd yell already, so it's a little weird, right? I said, we're on the wrong side. We need to move over and get back behind the home dugout. But yeah, quick talk. You got 2 runners on, just 1 out. You're in if you're, over there for Del Valle, you're in a position for a double play. If you can, get Thomason to swing into a grounder over to shorter or third or anything like that, and probably trying to set something up if they can. But I know I mentioned yesterday, I'll mention again, a big thank you to Stephanie Thomason, who helped get me set up when I was going for my Bowie Bulldogs swag, and she said, we actually got one more hat for you guys to get if you need to, because I was past the deadline to order, and I was like, oh no, and I really wanted a hat, so she was able to get one for me, and it looks awesome. And I think they had a couple shirts still left, and maybe some sweaters, so be sure to reach out to her or anyone in the Booster Club, and I'm sure they'll get you set up as Sandoval does a quick step off.
Yeah, we're pretty flexible, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it'll happen, right? That one kind of high and inside there, but it's going to get called for strike one. Rodriguez over at second, trying to draw some attention as that one gets swung on towards left center field. It's going to drop right in front of the center fielder. Runners will advance one base as Rodriguez gets the stop call from Coach DeGelli over there at third, and a nice single for Tyler Thomason.
You gotta love seeing that on senior night.
Well, you really do, but it was, you saw as soon as he hit it, he trotted to first, looking like, what's it going to do? Is it going to drop? Is he going to catch it? What's going to happen? And all of a sudden, and it just dropped. And you hit, as an outfielder, those are just the worst, because you're sitting there looking at it like, I think it's coming. I think it's here. And then it's, 10, 15 yards in front of you.
Well, that wind is playing a factor. Now, if you look at the flag, it's blowing in to the field.
You're right. When we started our game today, it was going from left to right, and you folks at home, I'm sure you could hear it. And now it's coming straight at us. I mean, it is the flag is just right at us, and the wind isn't even as loud, which I'm sure it'll pick up now that I said something. As catcher Cody Gray is going to be at the mound with bases loaded and one out. That is just a nasty curveball he's got. As that gets called for strike one. I don't think I could ever hit that. That's a nasty pitch.
Well, then I definitely can't.
Well, it's not a volleyball. I wouldn't expect you to hit it. That one's going to catch the plate too. Strike two.
I mean, I used to play softball, but I can tell you right now, I could not hit a baseball to save my life.
And that's one thing too. When you look at the, back in my day, no, we can hit softball pitches. That's easy. Those are a totally different beast to watch and to hit, because you can't traject it. You just can't do it. And those are even harder to hit than anyone would ever believe.
For real.
Gray is going to pull back just in time as that one's in the dirt. Navarro doing a good job getting in front of it and stopping it. Count goes 1-2 with one out. Bases loaded. Sandoval trying to get out of it. Bulldogs, we're trying to add more to it if we can. Cody Gray saw some action game 2 against the Austin High Maroons. He actually singled and brought in a run back in about the 5th or 4th back in that game 2. There's the win. See, I shouldn't have said anything.
You jinxed it.
I really did.
Come on now.
Oh, it's horrible. But Gray hoping he can get a little single too as well, bring a couple runs across, as McCullough is getting a pretty big lead at second. I'm sure he'll get the go-ahead if he can make it. As there's that curve again. That's a high inside, and count goes even at 2-2 as that one doesn't quite catch the strike zone. Blah. Got a mouthful going on. So counts even at 2-2, and Gray's going to step off real quick and call a quick time and get reset. The only good thing here as a pitcher with bases loaded is you don't have to worry about the runners. As that one is going to be inside as you hear the boos from those around us. Count goes full 3-2, and Gray working his way back in the count. And here it is for bases loaded. This is kind of like all the marbles here. You either go down swinging or you... Well, what did Coach DeGelli say game 1 or game 2 against Austin High? He said, there's only one good thing that can happen out of the 3 bad things that can happen with you at bat. You either strike out, swing out. Gray's going to go down swinging for out number 2. As he looked like he had a really good look on that pitch, just couldn't quite make contact. So So 2 outs. One of the 2 bad things that can happen at the plate. As top of the order comes back out for your Bulldogs with Thaddeus Bright making his way to the plate. He grounded out to short back in the first, which he just looked like he just didn't get quite the right angle on that one when he swung and hit it. See, maybe he does a little adjustment here and maybe get a grounder between short and third. As again, that curve, man, that's the meat for Sandoval. There is the curveball, the fastball, and everything else just potatoes right now because he's killing it with that curveball. So counts 0-1, 2 outs here for Bright. Nope, no potatoes for Bright there. He's going to watch it go by. Counts even at 1-1. Potatoes. So Thaddeus Bright, one of our seniors here tonight, who was able to participate in senior night. As there's that curve, it's going to get chopped foul though. Count goes 1-2. So with bases loaded, if Sandoval, quick time as our umpire goes to the Bulldog dugout and not sure what he was looking at or talking, but
I think someone was standing outside of the fence, so he's just worried about someone getting hit.
Got you. Making sure everybody's behind and staying safe. I mean, we saw Navarro take one of the forehead, so got to be careful, especially with that foul ball that Bright just hit. That could have hit somebody as well. So here's the 1-2 pitch for Bright. If he hits that one high towards left field, getting underneath it's going to be Gutierrez, and he brings that in, and that is not what Coach DeGelio wants to happen, as that's 3 outs and 3 runners are left stranded. So after a huge, long second inning, nothing comes of it, and we're still tied up at 1.
After 2 complete, Del Valle 1, BOWIE 1. Coming to the top of the 3rd.
I mean, if he wants to go for it, he can go for it. I'll sit back and let it happen. So Christian Mendoza, shortstop, set to lead off here for the Cardinals. Roberto Velasquez will be right behind him, and then top of the order with Diego Sandoval will be your leading 3 here for the Cardinals. So given that it is senior night, we'll give a shout out to some seniors here between innings and between everything. So first couple we're going to say and give a shout out to is going to be number 2, Matthew Garcia, second baseman. He does plan to attend a 4-year college after high school. He wants to be known for being a good teammate and playing good baseball. Something that you don't know about him, he's goofy.
Okay, everyone knows that about Matt.
You saw me look at you like, you know
that's
this.
A given.
Yeah, that's a given. He's goofy, and he wants to give a shout out to his mom because she is the real MVP.
Yeah, good joke, Matt. Good joke.
Good joke. Our other senior want to give a shout out here too. Between the second and third is going to be Mr. Thaddeus Bright, who you saw at the plate. Number 3, center field. He does plan to go to college after high school. No college claimed yet. He wants to be known for being a hard worker. His little known fact is he was actually originally born in the Philippines. And of course, a big shout out to his mom, dad, and all his coaches who made him the player that he is today. That is senior Thaddeus Bright. So we'll go to a couple more as we keep going as Mendoza watches the first one go by for ball 1. Callipy, not doing too shabby on the mound, as a big rip at that one by Mendoza gets missed for strike 1. Looking to hopefully have a little bit of a better inning though that he had the first. And people do underestimate as that one gets chopped foul for strike 2. People underestimate the influence that the crowd does have, and I say that so for those listening, if you have the opportunity, please make your way out and enjoy some baseball. And I say that because it could really get into the head of a pitcher or player, as that was just a bit outside, counts even at 2-2. So as you can tell by my apparel, and I'm sure I've mentioned this on air maybe once or twice, I went to Texas A&M. This was going to be high and outside for ball 3. And one of the things that the crowd does, aside from bubbles, is whenever a batter is walked, right, 4 balls, the next batter comes up, everybody starts shouting, ball 5.
Yes.
And it can really screw with somebody, as that one is going to be dropped. An outside pitch, though, so Mendoza will take it, as he'll make his way over to first on a walk to lead off for the Cardinals. And that, it really messes with people. And I think we had a pitcher go 16 straight balls.
Oh, my goodness.
And even walked a couple runs across. It was nuts. And if you get a chance to look at that clip, it is probably one of the, I say funniest because I'm on the other end, but I'm sure it wasn't for that pitcher.
It sounds funny to me, too.
Well, I mean, and you have the whole crowd screaming at you, and it's like, it's hard to drown out. You're at the mound, nobody's around you. You're trying to clear your head, and all you hear is ball 7, ball 8, and it's just like, oh my God, just get one over the plate. So Roberto Velasquez, there's a quick throw over to first by Gray, not going to be there. That one didn't miss the strike zone though for ball 1. Kind of like how we have Mr. Estrada here barking every so often, which I wish he would do it more often than he does.
It's a new thing this year. Like, I don't know what it is. He's just decided to do it.
I love it.
I heard it the first time during tournament season. I was like, what is that?
Oh, almost able to throw him out over at first. As that does get called for strike 1. And Gray made a bullet throw on his knees to Rodriguez, and it looked like he tagged up, but not in time. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's just like, what? Who's over there? Who brought their Bulldog, right? And there's another throw over to first, and really working on Mendoza. Shortstop, so he does got some speed on him.
I mean, I will say, after I figured out what was going on, I think it's really funny now. At first, I was like, who's, screaming over there? Like, what's the point?
Who's doing that? There's another one, and not able to tag in time. Count goes 2-1 after that ball was thrown. That one's going to get chopped foul. That's going for the parking lot, or that person at the check-in station there. Counts even at 2-2 here for Velasquez.
That's when you start yelling, heads, heads, heads.
Yeah.
Hoping you don't look up and just covering your head.
All you know is like, no! I don't know where it's at. Callipy checking on Mendoza at first, and he's going to step off as time is called by Velasquez. And at this point, see, it's all a head game. It truly is. And Callipy, a southpaw pitcher, he's got a good, easy eye on Mendoza there. And a big pitch and a swing and a miss by Velasquez as he goes down swinging for out number 1. So top of the order now here for the Del Valle Cardinals, as pitcher Diego Sandoval makes his way out to the plate. He lined out in the first towards McCullough. That's a quick throw back to Mendoza. Not in time. Another throwback, not in time. So about an hour has gone by so far. Only 2 innings have happened, and 1-1's the score, and only 1 hit.
A little bit of a slower game.
A little bit, as I shouldn't have said that, as there's hit number 2, as Sandoval hits a teardropper right behind Winters at short. He's going to get over to first on a single, as Mendoza makes his way to second. Which brings up Adon Howard, center fielder. He struck out swinging back in the first. looking to hopefully change his luck up a little bit. Callipy, though, looking to keep it going. As the Del Valle crowd comes alive now. That one's going to be just outside for ball one. Callipy now. Getting checked. Going to check both runners. And swung. That one's going to get chopped foul by Howard. Count goes even at 1-1. Callipy steps off. Mendoza over at second. Sandoval at first for the Cardinals. And just one out here, top of the third. That one's going to be low. Gray able to get in front of it. Mendoza looking like he was going to take off. Decides against it.
That was a good stop by Cody Gray. Really good.
It really is. He's doing a good job so far of getting his body in front of. Usually you see he doesn't seem like a very big guy. And I don't mean necessarily height-wise. I just mean in general, like big, round-wise, like someone like me. That one's going to get chopped foul for strike two. But he's actually really getting in front of it and really using his body to stop that. And
he's really quick.
He really is. His ability to read, and once he realizes that he's moving. So counts even at 2-2, one out. Runners at first and second. As Aiden Howard awaits the pitch. And that one's going to get chopped towards first, but it'll go foul. Count stays 2-2. As the runners will have to work their way back. So counts even 2-2. Aiden Howard. And at the plate for the Cardinals and Callipy. Working his pitch count a little bit. As that one gets aligned over towards first. And that will be out number two as Howard will be out on the fielder's choice. So runners will advance though. So Sandoval's over at second. Mendoza makes his way to third. And out comes Joshua Lopez, first baseman. He struck out swinging back in the first. And fun fact, he was out number 3 in the first inning. So Callipy with a chance to make him out number 3 again if he can. As that one gets chopped back high for strike one. Callipy trying to get that curve inside. Lopez gets a piece of it. Count goes 0-2. 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. As there's a bouncer towards Estrada, the throw to Rodriguez in time. And that will be out number 3. So a couple runners get left on here in the third for the Cardinals, but nothing comes across as we stay even at 1-1. But this time, the Cardinals able to get their first hit of the game and keep it moving. We're between the third? Yeah, we're between the third. So we'll give a shout out to our sponsor, Syntex Maintenance Services. Be sure to reach out to them for any needs you may have. So Grayson Winters set to lead off here in the third for the Bulldogs. He'll be followed by Brody Miller and Ben Merriman. And you know, we're taking kind of a while to get out. You want to take a short break, Laura? You want to do that?
Yeah.
We'll take a quick breather. So we'll take a quick breather, folks. And then we will be right back for the bottom of the third. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back out. Bottom of the third, set to get underway. Sure as heck is. Jesus, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know what it was? So I apologize. I was just corrected by Miss Starkey here that I had Nikio written down.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
With Winters, and so whenever I was writing names, I was just doing it really quick. And so, yeah, so Mason Winters, excuse me, is going to be leading off here. As a big over the shortstop between center and left. As the center fielder is able to get to it, Winters is going to get stopped over at first for a leadoff single here in the third for your Bulldogs, and a nice, much needed hit to hopefully get the bats hot and get them moving. Brody Miller will come up next. He was walked back in the first and was thrown out at second, a fielder's choice shortly after. As the infield moves in for the bunt, as Miller steps off really quick and gets set again. There's the pitch, and that's going to be fast and outside, and sure enough, Winters takes off, and that throw is going to be not going to touch him. They're going to say second baseman Jacob Lopez didn't have control as he was tagging Winters, so Winters with a steal is now in scoring position with no outs. Here in the third, Miller taking that pitch for a ball. So it counts 1-0 as Coach DeJalia has a little sidebar with him there on the left-hand side. As Miller makes his way back out. And what's crazy about that is that was an intentional throwdown by Sandoval as he threw that way outside and fast. And
well, it looks like the wind got a hold of it. It really does.
I think it did, and I think that really threw it off just a tad, especially that throwdown, because that's a good distance for Navarro to throw over there to Rodriguez, Lopez, excuse me, at second. As Winters is going to get greedy, take third, pitch, the throw is over the third baseman, and Winters will just steal his way home on the wild pitch. And the Bulldogs go up 2-1.
You know, that's the risk that you're willing to have to take on that kind of throw. You know?
And it's one of those two where you have to look at it and say, do I need to make this throw? Should I make this throw? And Navarro, we've seen, like I said, he's got an arm on him, and he's pretty accurate. So kind of a rare, from what we've seen, kind of a rare miscue by him, as that one went really, really high over Roberto Velasquez over at third. So base is empty now for Sandoval, as Miller probably not going to show bunt anymore in a 1-1 count for him, as that one's high and outside. Count goes 2-1. And a big rip at that one that Miller cannot connect to it. Counts even at 2-2 and no outs, so it's honestly just like the game kind of just restarted here for him. That one's going to be outside. Count goes full, 3-2. And here's what's crazy, to me at least, right? Top of the third. Sandoval seems like he's thrown quite a few pitches, right? He's actually at 58 pitches so far as the Miller takes a rip at that one. Count stays 3-2. So it goes foul. Make that 59 pitches for Sandoval, which it seems like he's been really getting worked and throwing a lot of pitches. More than Callipy, I would say. But Callipy's got 55, so he's right behind him.
Yeah.
So both teams doing a really good job of working the pitch count. As Miller awaits the 3-2 pitch and almost takes a rip at it. Doesn't quite do it, and Navarro looks like he was redoing his throw to third just to do it. As it goes past the third baseman into the outfield. But Miller will go down as out number 1 here in the third for the Bulldogs, which brings up Ben Merriman, left fielder. Ben singled back in the first as he pops that one high towards center field. And that's going to be brought in by Adon Howard for out number 2. So after the excitement of Winters making his way around the bases, now we're back at 2 outs, nobody on, and here's John Estrada. As again, that nasty curve trying to get that inside edge. Doesn't get it that time. It gets called for ball 1. That one a little too high. Count goes 2-0. Estrada doing a good job being patient there. I would have probably taken a hack at that one. There's a high flyer behind home. Sandoval trying to get underneath it and not going to do it, as it's going to go over the metal protective net thing, and Navarro's gonna knock his hat and tell him, man, I had that. What are you doing?
You gotten used to it being a metal fence yet?
No, not yet. It's still weird that it's a metal fence. I get it. I do, yeah. But it's just weird. And you can see too, because Sandoval was going straight forward. That was a net. It would have been, I'm in the net and I'm back into it. But it's metal, so this time he hit it, it was poof, and he just kind of stopped in his tracks. So count to 2-1 here for Estrada. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and outside, way outside. Count goes 3-1, and Estrada working the pitch count now as he's ahead. And you got to think with 2 outs, he'll most likely take this next one and just burn a pitch for him. And if he's lucky, he'll throw the ball and walk over to first and not risk the easy out. Burn one more while you're at it. Sandoval with the 3-1 pitch, and there it is. You watch it go by, and now you're trotting over. I like it. I'm like the Tony Romo of baseball. I'm just kidding. I was good at baseball. No, I was good back in my day. So Danny Rodriguez, first baseman, is going to be up to the plate now, but he's got a runner on with John Estrada, and Rodriguez actually, it was a drop strikeout, and he was able to leg it out to first and beat the throw, as Navarro was he was lost on where it was, and those are the worst when they're dropped, and as a catcher they're right between your legs, because it's like your helmet's on, you can't look fully
straight. Yeah, you have all the equipment. You
can't, and even when you rip it off, you still got your chest piece on. And whoa, a big hit by Rodriguez right down the third base line. It's going to stay fair. Estrada is going to stay tight at second, so just a single, which is an excellent defensive play by left fielder Pedro Gutierrez for the Cardinals, because that should have been a double. So Estrada will make his way to second. Rodriguez is over at first now on the single, and up comes Sean McCullough, who was walked back in the second. with 2 runners on and 2 outs still, though. So Sandoval still in an opportunity to get out of here, and I guarantee you, if he's able to and no runs come across, this is going to be something that Coach DeGelia will bring up in practice about leaving runners on and not taking advantage, as that one's going to be high and inside for ball 1. As you hear the crowd tell him, 1 more out, 1 more, you can do it. But that one is, I almost flinched on that one, as that one was chopped right at us, folks. The count goes even at 1-1. But you hear the crowd yelling, 1 more out, but not if Sean McCullough has anything to say about it. As counts even, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Sandoval doing a quick check over at Estrada at second. Estrada with a pretty big lead. As a liner towards the pitcher goes right by him into the second baseman for the tag. Rodriguez will go down as out number 3 on the fielder's choice. And that'll do it. So Tyler Thomason will be set to lead off here in the 4th. 3 complete.
1, BOWIE, 2.
Let's do another senior shout out, right? But before we do, it looks like we have a new pitcher out. Hey, Mr. Ryan Corbett, number 5. Ooh, something smells good.
I think they got a pit going out in the parking lot outside.
There's no concessions here, folks. Someone's barbecuing.
It smells good. Makes me hungry.
It does. As you saw my ears perk up and really quick. So that's going to do it for Patrick Callipy. He's only going to throw for 3 innings. I'll get you some stats here, but up right now is going to be number 5, Ryan Corbett, as he gets warmed up. We did see Ryan game 1 against the Austin Maroons as he came through and closed out for the 3-1 win, right? 3-1?
Yes.
Yep. I have my notes, but I'm not going to look them.
Yes.
But while we let him warm up, let's do the senior thing, right? It's senior night. We gotta show some love. We really do. So first senior here between the 3rd and the 4th is going to be Kobe Torres. He plans to go to, maybe we should skip him because he said he's going to go to Texas Tech.
Oh, gosh. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe we'll do it. He's known for being a great teammate. He's a goofy friend. I like his quote. It's, "You're killing me, Smalls."
Oh, from The Sandlot. See, I know baseball movies. Come on now.
But you don't know the with the wild thing and just a bit outside. You gotta. It's a spoof on baseball.
I do my best.
Yeah,
I do my best.
You'll get it. Something you don't know about him is he likes to draw in color. But he's just not that good. He just likes to. So that might be why he's going to Tech, because he's not good at it. As the first pitch, I'm just kidding. We're going to get some hate emails from family now. As it's going to go for ball 1 as catcher Armando Navarro is up to the plate now. Navarro was walked and stole second. Made it to all the way to home on a wild pitch, and he is the lone run that came across for the Cardinals. As that second pitch gets called for strike 1. So my brother's in the Marines, and we make fun of him the same way because he's, they teach Marines about crayons. You can eat crayons, and a lot of crayons are the ultimate utility thing. And so, like for Christmas we bought him some crayons so he wouldn't starve and things like that. So. But anyway,
hey, that's a good gift.
Since we're talking about crayons, yeah. So 1-2 as you count as that one gets chopped foul by Navarro. As Corbett, that one's going to get hit high towards center field. And it's going to be brought in by Bright as he gets underneath it. We're out number 1. As that was a really nice hit, though, by Navarro. And almost able to out-hit Nathaniel Bright, but he put the Jets on and was able to make it over to catch it. So, speaking of Ryan Corbett, he'll be the next senior that we give a shout out to as Jacob Lopez is out at the plate for the Cardinals and watches that one go by for ball one. So Ryan Corbett, pitcher outfielder. He does plan to go to college after high school, as this one is going to be low and outside for ball two. He wants to be known as a relatable person who has been both helpful and has built a successful business. He's actually from LA. I don't know how I feel about that. Of course, a big shout out to his dad, as that one's going to be low and in the dirt, as Lopez watches 4 straight pitches get called for a ball, and he makes his way over to first.
That's interesting. I did not know Ryan was from LA.
So he
I feel like I should know that.
So he says. So he says. There's that one. Fastball right down the middle for strike one as Pedro Gutierrez for the Cardinals is up to the plate now. Gutierrez flew out towards center field. Back in the second. That one, again, right down the middle. And Corbett not messing around anymore as he gets ahead of the count 0-2. So Lopez, just Jacob Lopez, is over at first. Counts 0-2 here for Gutierrez. And Corbett with a quick throw over to first. Not in time. As Lopez is able to get in with ease. Is able to get a piece of that one as Gutierrez towards right field and bringing it in. Tyler Thomason for out number 2. So Jacob Lopez will have to sit tight there over at first. As David Matheson is going to make his way up to the plate now for the... Oops, what's that here for the Cardinals? Corbett going to make a quick throw over to first. Keep Lopez honest. And a big swing and a miss by Matheson. As Corbett gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Doesn't quite get the call he's looking for there. Count goes even at 1-1. Throw to first, not in time. Almost though. Count stays 1-1. Still. That was going to be low and outside for ball 2. That pitch is going to be low and inside. Count goes 3-1, and Corbett going to have to work his way back in the count here against David Matheson. Jacob Lopez still over at first. Hasn't quite tried to take off yet. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Count goes full. The throw from Greta Rodriguez is not in time. So counts 3-2 now. 2 outs, 1 runner on, and here's the pitch. Runner takes off. There's a hit right towards Corbett. It's going to get right by him, and it'll go right by McCullough as Lopez will slide into third to be called safe. And Matheson will get credited with a single. And that was a good at-bat for Matheson. Corbett going to want to get out of there a little bit sooner next time. It's Christian Mendoza, excuse me. Christian Mendoza makes his way out to the plate. He was walked his last time at bat in the third. But here he is now with a runner on each end. Big throw to first, not in time. So, Bowie with a 2-1 lead which is in danger of going away as a big swing by Mendoza goes down for strike one. So Patrick Catalpi is going to end the day pitching 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, only 1 hit, 1 run, and no errors. As that one's going to be low and outside. Counts even at 1-1. Another check over at first and nothing to it. And a little chopper towards first. Rodriguez going to touch up for out number 3. And that'll be all she wrote. So 2 runners left on and no runs come across. Cardinals not able to capitalize on having a runner in scoring position. So Tyler Thomason will be set to lead off here in the 4th, followed by Cody Gray. And back to the top of the order with Fanny O'Bright. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back for the 4th inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
You can tell my feelings to go, or you can tell the tell my
I like our music better. It's a good song. I know that they're playing over the PA, but I think I like ours better. All right, folks, top of the 4th set to get underway with Tyler Thomason set to lead off for your Bulldogs, followed by Cody Gray and Fanny O'Bright. Here in the 4th inning, give a shout out to our Vype Spring sponsor. That's Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com, or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. And of course, Mogul and Purcell Financial. With over 40 years of experience in financial services, Mogul and Purcell Financial can help you address your needs of today and for many years to come. Mogul and Purcell Financial. Live for today, plan for tomorrow. Tyler Thomason up to the plate now as he takes a big swing and can't make contact at that high inside pitch for strike 1. Thomason with a nice single back in the 2nd. The dreadful 2nd for the Bulldogs is what I'm going to say, as they had bases loaded and were unable to bring anybody across. As that one is going to in the dirt changeup. Man, that was a drop. Count goes even at 1-1. There's that curve on the inside for strike 2. Sandoval still out on the mound here for the Cardinals. This pitch count is still not too high. He's at 73 pitches. As here comes number 74, which is low and outside. Is going to hit the shoe of Navarro and bounce up high behind him. Count goes even though at 2-2.
I feel like that would really hurt. Like, he had no reaction after that.
I would think so too, and you don't really have much padding on your feet. I mean, it looks like he does, but it's not much. As a big chopper towards short. Thompson trying to leg it out, not in time. And he will be out number 1. As Cody Gray makes his way up to the plate. Who's that? Is that the dugout? Who's over there yelling?
I'm going to guess it's the dugout, but I'm not quite sure. I need to hear the voice again.
Well, they were like this. As Cody Gray knocks that first one foul. Count goes 0-1. So Sandoval still out on the mound and looking pretty comfy now. Doesn't get the strike zone there. A little too high. Count goes even at 1-1. And there's that curve. Gets the corner he's looking for. Count goes 1-2, and that seems to be the MO here for Mr. Sandoval. Is he'll throw a little bit high, a little outside, and then this is that curve right in the top left corner. As there it is again, and this time though, Gray takes a hack at it, can't make contact. He'll go down swinging for out number 2. Out comes senior Nathaniel Bright, top of the order now for the Bulldogs. Bright 0 for 2 so far. He grounded out towards short and then flew out towards left field his first 2 times at bat. And with 2 outs and no runners on, I don't know. I don't know. Swing for the fences, right? It's only 3-11 here on the left. He can make that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. There's that one. It's called for strike 1. If anything, I'd say work this pitch count for Sandoval here. As again, he's just at 80 pitches right now. And Bright takes a big rip at that one. No contact made. Count goes 0-2. What's the pitch count for this for high school? Is it 120, 125?
I'm not
110.
quite sure. I know Coach D likes to go on how many days of rest.
Right, but there's a pitch limit, and so I think it's 110.
I do not know.
Bright takes a swing. It's a drop strikeout. There's a little toss over to first in time, and Bright will go down swinging for out number 3. And the Bulldogs go down 1-2-3 here in the 4th. So Roberto Velasquez set to lead off here for the Cardinals.
BULLDOGS 1. I'm sorry, Del Valle 1, BULLDOGS 2.
All right. So top of the 5th. Set to be underway here. Roberto Velasquez set to lead off, followed by Diego Sandoval. And Adon Howard as the top of the lineup is going to be due up. All right. So between innings. So let's get some seniors in, all right? Give a shout out to some seniors. So next one we'll give a hey, what's up, how's it going? Is going to be number 6, Peyton Purcell, outfielder and pitcher. He will be heading over to college after high school. He wants to be known as someone who never settles for less. Something you don't know about him is he likes to read. Apparently he's an avid reader. And of course, he they allow him to give shout-outs. And so he gives a shout-out to Thanio for being my day 1 dog.
Oh, my gosh. It's a total bro thing to say.
That's a bro thing. Yeah, you guys won't get it. It's a bro thing. It's a bro thing. It's okay. And then, of course, Hayden Crawford, catcher, third base. He's going to be actually playing some college ball after high school. He wants to be known as a good person. Something that you don't know. He's good at low rim.
That's hilarious because he got hurt doing low rim.
I was like, I have no idea what that is.
Well, okay, so one of the things that they love to do is they love to go play pick up basketball with each other.
Okay.
And they lower the rim to as low as it can possibly go. So you play low rim. So they're all like dunking and everything. And then he went and got hurt and he was out for a few weeks. So that's hilarious that's just like, I'm really good at it.
Because he goes too hard at it. That's why he got hurt.
Yeah, he's just too good.
So that's what it is Corbett faces off with Velasquez here. That was going to be low in the dirt for ball 2. Counts 2-1.
Number 23.
Travis will come out in the kitchen on a Saturday night at like 9 o'clock and be like, I'm going to the park. We're going to play low rim. We just decided we're going to right now.
It's just going to happen. And you know what? I mean, it's what it is. We used to do that again back in the olden days, back when we lived in black and white. You know, we'd go back to the school. We'd play football, and because that was going to hit the plate for strike two. And you know, we weren't allowed to do anything with the school, so we'd be on the practice field when nobody was there, and we're in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's tackle ball, and you just go at it. Velasquez gets a piece of that one. It gets knocked foul. Count stays full, 3-2.
Hey, it's some good team bonding.
It really is. It really truly is. There's Corbett with the full count pitch. Velasquez taking a rip, not going to hit it, and he'll go down swinging for out number one. So top of the order now set up for the Cardinals as Diego Sandoval makes his way in. He had a really nice single in the third, and then line out in the first. Adon Howard will be right behind him as the 1-2 batters are going to come out now. Corbett trying to get a call up high, not going to get it. Counts 1-0. Low and outside for ball two. And Corbett, man, I'm not wasting any time. He knows what he's doing. And look at that, not even looking for a call. Just here's my pitch. As that one gets popped over, and it's going to go right by McCullough.
That's a tough play.
Yeah, that's hard to make, and that's going to be a single for Sandoval. That's a weird one to try to get your glove on. So here comes Adon Howard with one out. And your Bulldogs with a 2-1 lead. One runner on. And it's a pinch runner, too. That I don't think I've been paying attention to for Sandoval. That one's going to be low and inside for ball one. So let me try to get my roster here. As that's Diego Mendez running for Diego Sandoval. See, I can get that.
A little bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why we go by last names, not first names. So Mendez over at first as that one gets popped up, and Gray able to get under. It's a throw to second in time. The throw back to first. Not going to make it.
That was a very good alert play by Cody Gray.
It really was, and he moved quick. We talked about his quickness, and yeah, he ripped that helmet off and was able to get to it.
I don't think Corbett quite knew what Cody was going to do with that. I thought Cody was going to nail him in the face with that ball. But Ryan was like, "Oh, just kidding."
Yep, just right by you, that's all. So Howard will make it over to first on a fielder's choice, which is going to bring up Joshua Lopez. He grounded out his last time at bat over to Estrada, who made a nice throw to first. Corbett not in time, trying to get Howard over there at first. Howard's got some speed on him too. We saw him last night take a couple bases. See if we can keep him at bay this afternoon. So first pitch here for Lopez on in time, and sure enough, there he goes over to second. That one's not enough juice on that one from Gray as it dropped right in front of Winters. But able to stop it as Howard is going to make his way over to second on the steal. Counts 1-0 here for Joshua Lopez. And 2 outs. There's a big hit between Winters and Estrada. And Lopez is going to round third, and that's going to go past Ben Merriman over at left field. As he's going to hold up on an RBI triple. And just like that, we are back to being knotted up at 2. All right, so Armando Navarro coming out to the plate. He was walked back in the second, and he flew out towards center field back in the fourth. And he's got a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs. So the play's at first, right? Mm-hmm. Plays at first. I'll let Josh Lopez hang out. That one's going to be fast and down the middle for strike one.
Just focus on the batter.
And that's really it. You're right. Just focus. And you even saw Lopez, as soon as he walked into third, he's like, did I seriously just hit a triple? Are you serious? Because that's a heck of a hit he had. And he's in scoring position now. It's Navarro over to Winters. Winters to Rodriguez in time. And a nice 6-3 play to get the third out. As a collective sigh of relief by the Bulldog faithful. And there it goes. So, Jacob Lopez will be set to lead off in the sixth.
Valle 2, BOWIE 2.
5.5, or yeah, I guess 4.5, right? Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, Mason Winters will be due up. Thank you for correcting me.
That's what I'm here for.
Starkey. So Winters will be set to lead off here, bottom of the fifth, followed by Brody Miller and Ben Merriman. John Estrada will be set for batter number 4 if he's able to get out, which we are hoping he will, as we're back to being tied up now. So Sandoval still going to be out on the mound for the Cardinals. And let's move on to our next senior, yeah? So next senior we'll like to recognize is number 9, Tyler Thomason, outfielder. He's out right now, or he was out. He's getting ready to bat, most likely. He plans to go to Oklahoma State here when he graduates. His walk-up song is excellent. I've skipped everyone else so far, but his is Enter the Sandman by Metallica. He is known for having his priorities right. He is that's not a good laugh. He is a huge Star Wars fan, if you don't know that about him. You know, of course, a big shout out to his mom and dad, who've always supported him through baseball, school, and anything else he wants to do. So, we'll get one more in at some point in time as Mason Winters comes out to the plate. Winters was walked back in the first, and he singled in the third. As he took the magnet from your brother, apparently.
That one's gonna sting. That hurts.
Did, because that was that inside curveball that Sandoval likes to throw, and this time it was just a little too inside, and it pegged him right in the shoulder. That one does hurt. But nonetheless, he's on base, and here comes Brody Miller. Designated hitter as he was walked in the first. Struck out looking in the third. He didn't agree with that strikeout, but got to protect the plate. Go ahead and take it next time. Take a crack at it. His account was full, too. So Winters has some speed, so Sandoval will be watching. Speaking of, there's a throw to first as you saw on your camera. I think third baseman Velasquez was making his way in as Miller was showing bunt.
You always know someone's fast when they're on the base path and they're wearing the glove.
Yep. That's how you, because look, he's right there waiting for it. Again, there's the bunt, there's the pitch, and there's a high bunt, and no one's able to get to it. Navarro with a Superman dive, can't quite get up to it.
A for effort.
I mean, that's an A plus for effort. An absolute A plus, because that was, again, the full body extension. But couldn't get to it. So we'll just do it again. Count 0-1 here for Miller with Winters over at first. Sandoval's on the mound. As Velasquez is moving up. Velasquez had a chance to get that one as well. Miller going to have to get these bunts on the ground. There it is. As it drops right in front. Velasquez with it. Throw to first. Over the first baseman. Winters will go to third. Miller's going to go to second. Winters was rounding third. He's going to come back, though, and he probably could have made that one.
With his speed, I bet.
So Miller with a base hit, if you will. Actually, not a base bunt, but it's going to be an error given to our third baseman here on that one, as that throw is way too high. But now we got 2 runners in scoring position, no outs, and here's Ben Merriman, who singled back in the first and then flew out.
Actually, coming in for Ben is going to be number 19, Dylan Godina.
Ah, good call. So Godina coming in and hitting here in the, was it 5th? It is the 5th. Here in the 5th for Merriman. He's actually hitting, he's bunting as the run toward the throw to home is, they're going to say he tagged him even though he fell off the base. And everybody stays, so Winters will be called out on the fielder's choice. He'll be out number 1. Godina will make it on the fielder's choice. As Miller is over at third. Just mute the mic, right? Let's just mute this crowd mic.
Let's get real talkative out here.
So it truly is. So up to the plate now is John Estrada. Estrada struck out looking back in the second and then was walked in the third. Runners on the corners for him, though, as Miller is over at third and Godina's over at first. As everything's getting reset and we are set to get underway. And a hit towards second by Estrada. Throw to first is in time. Not before a run comes across, though. So Estrada will be thrown out. Miller will come across. And Godina will make his way over to second. Which brings up Danny Rodriguez. And the Bulldogs with a 3-2 lead now with 2 outs. I don't know why it says 1. That should say 2. But who am I to argue with our booth people, right?
I don't know.
That one. It's called for ball 1. Godina in scoring position and just 1 out. Or excuse me, 2 outs. I'm going to keep saying 1 out because the board says 1 out. Let's see here. As there's that curve. It's low and inside, though, this time. Count goes 2-0. Oh, I like it. Coach DeJelly is looking over at Godina and gives him the "you're going" if it gets hit side. You're going, so be ready. Don't put the brakes on. You put the gas. So 2-0's the count here for Rodriguez. Godina's over at second. Sandoval with his 90th pitch about to come up. So, his arm's getting a little tired. There's that curveball, but there it hits this time for strike 1. Rodriguez looked like he was taking that time because you saw his look on his face. He was like, oh, man, I could have hit that. So, all right, get Sandoval out of there. Get a relief pitcher in here in the 6th, the 7th. And we'll get everything underway. And a swing and a chopper. Goes down for strike 2. Counts even at 2-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Rodriguez actually reached on air in the second and singled in the third. So technically, he's 1 for 1. He calls a quick time. They fixed the board, by the way.
It's okay, everyone makes mistakes.
That's 2 outs now.
They
There's
fixed
a
it.
nice hit towards short. And trying to leg it out. Almost. But not able to, as Lopez catches it and drops down just in time for out number 3. And the Cardinals able to minimize the damage done.
After flight complete.
We still take a 3-2 lead, though.
BOWIE 3.
Sean McCullough set to lead off here in the 6th for the bottom of the 6th, excuse me, for the Bulldogs. But Austin High is going to be due up at the top here, as Jacob Lopez will be set to lead, followed by Pedro Gutierrez and David Matheson. Honky tonk. Yeah. So we'll hang out and we'll give a quick shout out to one of our other sponsors, Plucker's Wing Bar. Be sure to visit one of the 7 Austin area locations today. Currently, we are offering online delivery and curbside pickup from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's Plucker's Wing Bar, where we promise to have the beer ice cold and the wings piping hot. That was Ryan Corbett is on the mound here still for the Bulldogs. Jacob Lopez making his way to the plate. Lopez so far has been walked both the times he's been at bat. He's done a really good job of working the pitch count too as well, as he gets that one towards Estrada. That's going to stay fair down the third baseline. And Lopez will round first and then will back up. Godino over there on left field doing a really good job of stopping that one, because that was a very nicely hit liner down the third baseline. So Lopez now with a single here to lead off for the Cardinals, as they still trail 3-2, so it's a tight one. Pedro Gutierrez now at the plate. He's flown out both the times he's been at bat. That was a quick throw to Rodriguez from Corbett. Not in time to get Lopez out. And a bunt by Gutierrez. There's a throw to first is in time for out number 1. We'll give Gutierrez a sacrifice bunt as that gets Lopez over to scoring position at second. And here comes David Matheson, who flew out in the second and had a really, really nice at bat against Corbett in the fourth, where he singled. There's another hit right up the middle. Winters right in front of it. He's able to glove it against his body. The throw to Rodriguez in time. And Matheson goes down as out number 2.
That was a great play by Mason Winters. That ball took a weird hop off the mound.
It really did, and it popped him right in his chest, but he was able to get the glove and stop it, because that could have dropped out. That could have gone anywhere. But a really good job of getting in front of him, and just the recovery to actually throw it over to Rodriguez at first and to get it there in time to get Matheson out was excellent. So
very impressive.
Lopez, though, did move over to third, as Christian Mendoza now hits that one foul on the right side for strike 1. Mendoza was walked back in the third, and then he lined out back in the fourth. As the tying run is at third, with the go-ahead at the plate. As there's another one chopped over here on the right side for strike 2. As there's another one chopped foul behind us. Count stays 0-2. So I know we still got about, an inning and a half left. But this is the third time that we've faced Bowie this year. As this one is going to be high. Just a waste pitch here for Corbett for ball one, excuse me. And the Cardinals have come a long way. Game one went the way of our way, of course, the Bulldogs, by a score of 10-0. And then Tuesday, as that one gets chopped foul to the right side, count stays 1-2. Tuesday, Bulldogs won 8-0. But here we are, it's a one-run difference, 3-2. So,
yeah, this is the kind of game I was expecting. Very competitive, a little more of a pitcher's duel.
And it really is a pitcher's duel now.
Yeah.
And with Corbett in now, is a big swing and a miss as Mendoza goes down for strike 3. So Roberto Velasquez will be set to lead off here the bottom of the seventh, top of the seventh, for the Cardinals. Sean McCullough, though, set to lead off the bottom of the. I hate when I talk, it throws me off. Bottom of the sixth here. Sean McCullough set to lead off, followed by Tyler Thomason and Cody Gray, and then top of the order due up with Fanny O'Bright, Mason Winters, and then Brody Miller. So, good setup, and it looks like Sandoval is still on the mound, and he's at 92 pitches. So like I said, his pitch count is getting up there, and this is the strategy that people don't see, and you wonder, are we going for more runs now, or are we going, let's work this pitch count, let's get him out of there? Because, again, his little curve inside is just, it's nasty. I mean, it is a mean pitch. So we'll see what Coach Agelia wants to do. In the meantime, though, we still got some seniors we got to say, hey, hi, what's going on? Next up's going to be John Estrada, number 11, third baseman. He's a pitcher, too? That's right. We did see him pitch. That's right. I was like, wait a second. I only see him over at third. What's he talking about? He's going to actually go study business after high school. He wants to be known for being someone who's easy to talk to. Something that people don't know about him. He has 5 sisters.
Really?
5. That's crazy. That's a lot of sisters. And I say that I had one sister, and we, she had 3 brothers, so it's like it's the other way around.
It's a lot of hair ties around the house.
That it is. So Sean McCullough up to the plate here for the Bulldogs. He was walked in the second and then led to the third out in a fielder's choice back in the third. As that first one goes by for ball 1. That one's going to be fast and outside. Count goes 2-0. Now you see, let's work the outside. Here comes that nasty curve inside. Here it comes. I'm going to Tony Romo this. See if I'm right. No, it's a fast one inside, actually. I'll take that back. It wasn't the curve. That was called for strike 1, and it looked like McCullough was looking for that curve, too.
Hey, but you were partially right, so you still get some credit for that.
Yeah, but,
only a little bit, though, not that much.
Yeah, not that much. As another fast one gets chopped foul, count goes even at 2-2. So I wonder if Sandoval's feeling it now. You saw that right there. He put his arm up and did the nice stretch rotation, and he might be on just fastballs now and getting it across the plate. So here's the 2-2 pitch for him. It's going to be outside. Counts full, 3-2. There's a big hit towards short, and it's going to go right past the outreach glove as McCullough is going to hit first. Slow it down, though. Thought about it, and he'll stay there in a single here to lead off the bottom of the sixth, for the Bulldogs. And out comes Tyler Thomason, who singled in the second and then grounded out towards short. Back in the fourth. And he's got a runner on, no outs. Tyler Thomason now. As he shows bunt, that one goes inside. It's going to get called strike, but it's going to go past Navarro. And
that looked a little inside. Tyler had to, like, get out of the way of that ball.
Yeah, he really did. And unfortunately, he was worried about moving out, and he forgot to pull the bat back. So strike one for him, and that's all right, as the runner advanced anyway, which was the whole purpose of the bunt. And now let's see if he bunts again to get him to third, or if he gets the go-ahead to swing away. As that one, it's called for ball one. Still showing bunt. This time, though, Sandoval's going to step off. Trying to go for it. Can't quite get a piece. Counts 1-2 now. Here for Tyler, as he's got McCullough over there at second. Sandoval doesn't like the first pitch, wants another. And a quick step off as he's going to check on McCullough at second and get reset. There's a big hit towards short. McCullough having to go back. Shortstop's going to drop it. The throw to first is in time, as Thomas is not able to leg that one out.
A close one.
A very close one, but that's only out number one. As McCullough's going to stay tight and sit tight over at second.
Now coming to bat,
we've got a different batter here. I say Cody Gray won't be batting. We'll see if it's a DH or how we're going to treat number 8, Hayden Crawford, as he makes his way out to the plate. I believe this is the first time I'll get to see Hayden Crawford out there.
I believe so.
Senior. Right?
Yes, he's a senior.
This coach is giving him some. It's funny, you know. I talked to Coach Ajali. I just say, "Hey, Coach, how's it going?" "Hey, I'm good. I'm great." And then to see him out in the field, you know, it's like a total 180. As that one's going to be low for ball one. I laughed. It's like I can't see him yelling. You know, it's not something that I could see him doing. But then I see it right now. It's like, man,
I have to say, I don't think he does it very often.
He doesn't.
But when he gets really mad and he starts yelling, like, you know he's mad.
That one's going to be high and inside for ball two. See, and that's how it's funny, because that's how I am. I'm not. I'm very calm, and it takes a lot to really get somebody upset, and to get me upset at least. And when it's like, whoa, as that one's going to hit towards the third baseline. Oh, it's going to be about 2 feet too far left.
Darn it.
As that'll go down as strike one for Crawford. McCullough was getting the go-ahead call from Coach DeGelia there at third, so he's going to walk his way back. Count goes 2-1 here for Crawford. McCullough still in scoring position. It'd be nice to get McCullough across and get at least a little bit of cushion as we go into the seventh. But we'll see what Crawford can do. Sandoval at 105. He wants another one, and a quick time called by Crawford. That's one thing I'll have to ask Coach Jelly about. What's the pitch count? What's the There's another time that's called by Crawford. But there is a pitch count. I got to figure out what it is. I apologize, folks. I don't know. Sandoval's going to step off, and we're going to take just a nice little 5-minute break for everybody, apparently. So 2-1's the count, 1 out. McCullough at second, Crawford at the plate. As that one drops in the dirt, McCullough almost took off. He's going to slide back into second as Navarro was going to throw it, and Sandoval was hitting the dirt there at the mound. Navarro comes and drops it in his glove. I like it. Counts 3-1 for Crawford, so he's doing a good job of burning some more pitches onto Sandoval's count there. So Crawford ahead. I can't imagine he would swing at this one. That one's going I guess he's not going to swing at it because that was really high and inside, and he's going to make his way over to first as the coaching staff for Del Valle is going to make his way out. 107 pitches, and I'm pretty sure it's 110. It's 110 or 120, maybe. See what he says.
He's thrown a lot of pitches.
He has, and I said to give a comparison, Easton threw about 90, I mean not 90, well maybe I think it was like 98, 99, and that's going to do it for Sandoval. Talking to his dad, he goes, yeah, he was a little sore, it wasn't too bad, he was good to go, but when you're in the game and once you're done now, it's like, you know, you got jelly arms and there's not much for you to do. So Sandoval looks like he's going to stay on the field. I'll have to see where he's going to go and how it's going to work out. I think he might just swap out with somebody, as it looks like Christian Mendoza might be on the mound now, I think. So Sandoval is going towards short. He is. Sandoval will move to shortstop. And it is Mendoza on the mound. So that's going to do it here for Sandoval as he gets warmed up on
the pitch for Del Valle, number 10, Christian Mendoza.
Fielding. Let's take a quick short break, and we'll be right back to resume the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
High school sports teams, you just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back, folks. Trying to get some stats for you. All right, so Sandoval's going to end at 5 1/3 pitch, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, 4 hits, 3 runs so far. He will be responsible for the 2 that are on base now if they do happen to come across.
1 out,
as
first and second.
Mendoza, number 10, who was at short, will make his way over to close out the 6th. So top of the lineup now out here for the Bulldogs. Estanio Bright is up to the plate. Kind of a off night here for Bright as he's 0 for 3 after a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. McCullough's at second. Crawford's over at first. That's Bright's ahead in the count right now, 2-0. That one looked just like it's a little too much outside. Bright ahead 3-0. And he should get the call to look at a couple here and kind of get a gauge for the fastball down the middle by Mendoza. As he tries to get McCullough sleeping over at second. Doesn't make a throw though, just draws him back. That one's going to be high, and off he goes to first on the walk, which means bases loaded here for the Bulldogs with just 1 out. Mason Winters making his way up to the plate. Brody Miller will be right behind him, followed by most likely Dylan Godina. And we'll see.
Yeah, courtesy runner, number
quick
4.
Courtesy runner for Crawford. It's going to be number 4, Kobe Torres. And let's get it going as Mason Winters is at the plate. Torres is, a big chopper down the right side, or go foul. Counts 0-1 here for Winters. So let's recap. All right, everybody sit tight, brace with me. Thaniel Bright at first, Kobe Torres at second, and Sean McCullough at third as a big hit towards right field. Runners getting ready to tag up as that's brought in for out number 1, and there goes McCullough, and he's going to make it across. And Torres sliding into third. He's going to be safe as Bright is held up over at second, but McCullough comes around as Winters will be out number 2 on the sacrifice fly. And here comes Brody Miller with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Bulldogs with a 4-2 lead. And it is Dylan Godina that looks like he's going to be up after Miller. Miller having a pretty interesting afternoon as he was walked in the first, struck out the third, and then reached on an error in the 5th. As he's going to go ahead and get walked over to first. Not wanting to pitch to him, so bases loaded, 2 outs. They'd rather go up against Dylan Godina. He singled, flew out, and then hit into a fielder's choice his 3 times at bat. As that one gets called for strike 1. Bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs hoping to extend their lead as bases are loaded, and Godina with a big hit. It's going to be hit foul over the stands into the parking lot. Counts 0-2. Mendoza with a nice pitch that doesn't quite hit the box. Counts 1-2 here for Godina. Our announcer's a little late.
He tries.
Yeah, that was a good effort. There's a big drop up right over the middle as Godina goes out looking for out number 3. And almost able to bat through the order, but not quite. As top of the 7th is due up.
After 6 complete, double out 2, BOWIE 4.
All right. So here, top of the 7th. Remember, folks, our Vype Live Spring Sports sponsor is Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up this spring at Academy Sports and Outdoors. These are old songs, man. They need to update their computers. And of course, top of the 7th, the Bulldogs can get out of here without giving up 2 runs. They can come away with a win, knock on wood. So if they do, we'll got to wrap up quick because we've got Austin High coming up. As we've got a new catcher in the game. You can I mean, I don't know why they brought this kid in, but it's going to be
I don't know.
It's going to be Travis Starkey as catching. Corbett still on the mound, looking nice and warm and loose, and he's going to go up against. Would have gone up against Velasquez, but it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be number 6, and I'm going to write this down as I talk. John Faz.
Coming to bat for Del Valle, number 6, John Foz.
Or Foz. First time we've seen Foz here this afternoon, and actually at all for this series. Velasquez was 0 for 2, so a nice pinch hitter at the bottom of the order. Is that one? It's going to be too low. Count goes 1-0. While we're waiting, big readout. We'll do it here at the end. We'll wait. There's a swing and a grounder foul. Count goes even at 1-1, and there's the wind. It's been gone the whole game, and it came back suddenly. That one's going to hit the plate for strike 2. Counts 1-2 as Corbett making his way, getting ahead. There's a big swing and a miss. It's going to be a drop strikeout, and Starkey will just do a quick tag. Foz will go down swinging for out number 1. But top of the order now is going to be due up. And it looks like that is going to be Sandoval. Will be set here on it's batter number 2. 8 on Howard will be right behind him. Corbett not wasting any time as here's the first pitch. Right over the middle for strike 1. That one's going to be a little bit outside. Count goes 1-1. There's a swing and a miss by Sandoval. Corbett gets ahead in the count 1-2. Quick time called by Sandoval. He's going to get reset. As a hit, fly ball towards center field. Bright underneath it. And that'll be out number 1. Or excuse me, number 2. So while we're waiting on the next batter, we'll give a next shout out to another senior, Sebastian Mirabal. He's heading off to college after high school. He wants to be known for having an awesome car. Not for what you don't know about him, is that he plays the piano.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. See? Something new, right? Howard with a big swing at that one goes for strike 1. Howard, last opportunity for the Cardinals to get on base here. It's at the top of the 7th. As that one's going to get chopped foul. Howard going down early. 0-2. Corbett looking to finish it off quick. And come out of here with the win if he can. Corbett with the 0-2 pitch as he's going to step off, and our umpire wasn't ready for the quick turnaround that Corbett's been up to here lately. Gonna get reset, and here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike. And Corbett's going to come through and strike out Howard, looking for out number 3, and that's going to be the ball game, folks. Bulldogs coming away with a 4-2 win over the Del Valle Cardinals. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back to recognize the rest of our seniors and hopefully get you some end-of-game stats. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball here on Vype Live.
For the end zone, touchdown. touchdown, Ryder Hernandez on 4th and 2 from the 17.
Sure, Vype Sports brings you the best in area high school football, but Vype brings you exciting high school volleyball action.
Dive in the middle for the back row. Here comes James and gets the kill.
Vype brings you walk-off home runs on the diamond.
Line drive, deep to left. It is going, and it is gone.
From lacrosse to the pitch to the court and more, the leader in high school sports coverage is Vype Sports. BYP. Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at VypeE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds, really close in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to VypeE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at VypeVYPE.com.
Welcome back, folks. Bulldogs coming out with a 4-2 win over the Del Valle Cardinals. Stay perfect here in district play, as we've got a tough matchup next week, though, that Coach DeGelli is going to have his work cut out for him as we look to take on the Westlake Chaparrals. First game will be an away game, if I remember correctly, over at Westlake. Double check the schedule, don't quote me on it, I'm probably wrong. But let's touch and get through the rest of our seniors here, folks. As Cody Gray's our next one. Catcher, we saw him for a little bit. He's heading over to Clinton Junior College. He wants to be known that he wants his name to live on after he passes. He can juggle. Go figure, and a big shout out to his mama, because she has to put up with him. And then we'll touch on Sean McCullough, and then we'll hit the rest on our next broadcast, because we got some guys waiting to set up here. But Sean McCullough, second baseman, number 18. He wants to be a fireman after high school. Walk-Up Song is another awesome song. Another one, Bites the Dust by Queen. He wants to be known for being a good person, and his family runs a Taekwondo school.
That's pretty cool.
Crazy, right? All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Again, Bulldogs coming away with a 4-2 win over the Del Valle Cardinals, staying perfect in district play. Our next matchup, I'm going to get it, is going to be, it's a home game, I apologize, on March 30th at 4:45 first pitch is what it says, so it's for 5 o'clock first pitch here at Berger. And then the next game will be April 1st over at Warner Field. And that should be a very, very tough and good matchup, as that will be one of the deciding 2 games for district play. One more time, big thank you out to our sponsors: Big Tuna Interactive, Centex Maintenance Services, Mobile and Purcell Financial, Plucker's Wing Bar, and of course Academy Sports and Outdoors. Whew. All right, I think we're good. Anything for me, Laura? Anything you got to say? Anything you want to?
Good job, Bulldogs. I'm glad we got a win.
Bulldogs, that's right. That's right, folks. I will talk to you next week. Thank you all for listening and tuning in today. Big shout out to my QA, Deandra. I appreciate all your time. Don't forget, next game, March 30th. And until then, we'll catch you later.